guys! Today I am really excited because I'm making a new art journal. Woohoo! I am very excited for this, so I'm going to start off by showing you guys what I'm going to be using to make this journal. And the first thing is material, and this material I got at Walmart, half a yard for $1.50. And I do not need all of this for the journal, but whatever's left over I can use for something else. And it was super cheap. I love buying material at Walmart because it's so cheap. Inexpensive. And they have cool patterns. So, the next thing, and this is really, it's going to be different for me because I'm used to having hardback journals, and this one's going to be very not hardback. So that's going to be different, but it's going to be good. The next thing is cardstock paper. This is also going to be different for me because I am used to using very thick paper for my journals. And this is still very thick paper. I mean, it's cardstock, it's thick. But I'm used to using watercolor paper, canvas paper, or bristleborder, which is a lot thicker than this, but I wanted to work on thinner paper because all my journals are thick paper, so this is good. This is a new challenge for me, so I'm excited. And it was really inexpensive, $4.99, and I got it 50% off at Hobby Lobby. The next thing is canvas material. I'm going to be using this for the inside of the journal, so this will be the outside and the inside. So it will be thick material cover. It's going to be good. The next thing are these ribbons. This is for the binding. I'm probably only going to use this one. I don't know yet, but they're pretty. These were also 50% off. And they were only $1 each. And then these thingies, I don't know what they're called, but these are also for the binding. I have to use a hammer to squish this because I don't have a alligator thing. I don't know what they're called. I don't have one that are like made for these, but I use a hammer, so, and it works. So anyway, I'm going to be using those, and they're for the binding. And then a button, not all of these, but I need a button for the clasp, the closure. I'm thinking about using this one right here because it's really vintagey looking and cool, but we will see. A ponytail to go around the button, and scrap material for the inside of the journal, because I'm not only going to have cardstock, I'm going to have smaller pieces of material on the inside, so there will be a small piece of material in between my pages. And that was inspired by Donna Downey. I'm going to probably talk more about her later, but she has a smaller piece of paper or an envelope or something in between her pages to challenge her, so that it's not just one spread. She has something in the middle that she has to work with. So I'm going to go for it because I've never, well, I kind of did that once, one journal, but this is all, this is different, and it's going to be cool. It's going to be a cool challenge. So I'm going to use a lot more, but so scrap paper, and then an awl to poke holes in my paper. Of course, you know, scissors and, you know, things that I may not remember right now, but I will use. And then needle and thread. I'm going to use a smaller needle to sew because I don't have a sewing machine, which would be really helpful right now, but oh well. and then a bigger needle to bind. So I think that's all that I have to say about stuff I'm going to be using. I'm going to get started by folding the paper first. And it's going to be it should be a very easy journal to make because the binding is going to be very simple. And I'm not decorating the cover, which is the hardest part, in my opinion, of making a journal. It's also the funnest part, but it's hard because, you know, that's the front of your journal. You want it to look really pretty, so I tend to be very picky about the front, but I'm not going to do anything because this is the cover right here, and it's going to be pretty, and yeah. And I like this material because it's actually kind of thick material. So I'm going to get started on this, and we'll see what happens. All I know is we're going to end up with a super awesome journal. So let's get started. Because I don't want to use 50 pages in this journal, because then the journal will be very thick, and I plan to do a ton of painting in this journal, and maybe like layering on stuff, so it's gonna probably get thick. That's what I'm hoping for. So you can't have a bunch of paper or else it's gonna be super thick, and I don't want that. So I'm thinking just having 20 pieces of paper. And that's a good size. This is a cute size. So I am going to fold all these pieces of paper and find scrap paper and fold that as well. So I'll be back. Okay, so my plan was to have 2 signatures of 10, but I can't because I've been cutting, well, I mean I could, but I'm not going to because I've been cutting pieces of paper. As you can see in here, there's a smaller piece of paper in between each signature. So if you look at this, let me see if I can get, push the wrong button. Okay. The pages there's too many pages, so it is getting very, I don't know what you call it, but they're just expanding out like that a lot, and I don't want that. So I think I'm going to, this one has 6 pages and it's not, the middle page isn't as far out as this one, and this just kind of feels like a lot because you have all of these little things in every page. So I think I'm just gonna do 2 signatures of 6. I think that's what I'm gonna do, or maybe 3 signatures. This is hard, but I'm gonna figure it out. So I'm gonna keep cutting paper, and I'm just using decorative paper that I have that I'm not using. I just cut it, and I made sure that they're, you know, different sizes. This one's a lot smaller, and different like weights of paper. Like this one's, or different textures. This one's like a little, has more tooth to it. This one's thicker. This one's tiny. One of the pages I have in here, this one's really thick, and this one's really thick. I have an envelope that I put in there. Just random things. This paper is super thin. Super, super thin. So I'm just putting random things in there. So I'm going to figure out this whole signature situation. Alrighty, so I decided to have 2 signatures of 6 pieces of paper. And then I have my little tiny piece in between. So I'm going to poke 3 holes. It'll be very simple binding, but I'm going to measure them out and start poking holes. Canvas material tends to fray a lot, so I am gluing the ends so that they will stop fraying. And I'm just using some acid-free glue and some water. And I'm talking really soft because everyone's asleep. But this will keep them from fraying, and I'm just doing a couple of coats. Because the way that I'm going to sew this journal together, I'm not going to cover this, so it can't fray. So that's what I'm working on right now. Just cover the whole canvas with Mod Podge, so that maybe, because I thought I might like a shiny canvas for the inside. And the material was cut exactly the right size to fit my journal, and after I put Mod Podge on it, it shrunk. And I should have known it would do that because canvas shrinks whenever you paint on it, like once it dries. And that actually happened to me once before. I just sewed my canvas and then it shrunk. So I should have known, and I shouldn't have put the Mod Podge on it, because after I did, I didn't like it anyway. So what was supposed to be a very simple journal cover turned out to be more complicated journal cover, and it's my fault. I could have made it really easy, but I made it hard for myself. So when I put the signatures in the book and I close it without this extra piece of material right here, so this is it normally, I am afraid that I did not leave enough space here. Because once signatures are bound, they take up more room than even if they're just like this, at least I think. I really don't want the pages to stick out of my journal. I don't like that. So what I'm gonna do, so not only is my canvas too short, my material is too short. So I put a piece of material, just kind of tucked it in here. And now this piece of material will go on top. So my goof up is gonna go to the back. It's just too many stitches. I don't like this here, so this is gonna be the back. And in this opening right here, I'm gonna put my ponytail. Hooray! I was able to cut my edges so they're now curved and not super straight. I thought I would have to cut off more, but I didn't have to cut very much to get curved edges. And I have my button, just a shiny gold button, and I'm really hoping that's gonna stay. And my ponytail to keep it, you know, closed. So now I'm gonna work on the body. Okay, so there's only going to be, I'm only going to create one, I don't know what it's called, but 3 holes on this for 2 signatures, because the 2 signatures are actually going to go, they're both going to go into one. So I'm going to just find where the hole should be. I'm almost done. So close. So now I'm going to make the holes. Oh, it looks weird in the camera right now. For my signatures. Now 2 signatures are going to go into one line of holes. They're both gonna fit in there. That's what Donna Downey does, so I'm gonna do it because it is a lot easier than making a bunch of holes. So I am going to punch holes into this. Now preferably, I don't want to hit my desk with that. You would have I think it's an alligator thing, and it would just come on in here and pinch and ba-bam. But I don't have one because they're expensive. So, and I would, never use it separately now. But I'm going to okay. The last time I did this was for another journal. And I scratched this part up quite a bit, so I'm going to put a little piece of material between it and the hammer. Ow! Oh! Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, I hit my finger with the hammer.
Did you video it?
Yeah.
Leave it in there.
Okay.
No, take it out.
Light. Ah, okay. I'm going to do this on the floor and not have my finger there. So I'm gonna do this and then show you guys the end result. My finger's dropping. So now that I have these metal whole thingamajigs, which I wish were bigger. I wish I had bought bigger these. But now that they're there, I punched a hole through my mat board. Well, it didn't go through, but now I have a hole right there because these things are sharp, and when you hammer them in, it's going to do that. So I figured it out. Now that they're there, I'm going to take my ribbon. The thing is, since these are really small, smaller ribbon would be better. Gray could work. Okay, I did this wrong. My goodness. Wait, did I do this wrong? No. I think that's okay. Yes, it is. Okay. This journal is giving me such a hard time. No, yeah, I'm okay. So I'm going to cut this. I'm ripping my paper. Okay, the first signature I did in ribbon. I don't know about the second signature because this is really hard. My holes are too small and it's ruining the paper. Okay, so now this. So you have one string out. Now you're going to take this one and put it all the way to the top and go through again. Oh no. No. I have to go through the middle signature again. Okay. Ribbon. It's not gonna work. Even though it looks pretty, I'm not gonna be able to get it through the middle without ruining my paper. So and I thought I was going to be able to get the big ribbon in. Okay, plan B. I'm gonna use just some string, even though I really, really wanted ribbon. Okay, so I have to do voiceover for this scene because I was talking in the video, but it was way too soft. So I'm gonna bind the book differently than I was with the ribbon. I'm gonna start from the inside of the book on the bottom because I want to hide the strings that I'm going to tie off. I want them to be on the inside so they can be hidden. The ribbon I want it on the outside because it would look pretty, but this I don't want to show it. This is like my 5th time doing this voiceover because my video editor's just been messing it up. And then you go back through the middle from the outside, making sure to get all the paper, to go through every paper. And then back out. And this is like simplest way to bind. It's really, really easy, which is what I wanted. And you're going to go back through the middle. And then you're just going to tie it off. And I had too much string, so I just pulled it back through to save on string. And you're just going to tie that off. I tied it too tight the first time. I loosened it up a little bit because I am going to have another signature right next to it. And it was just too tight. So that's the first signature. The second one, you're going to do the exact same. I did the exact same thing, and I put them into the same metal holes that I have in my journal. So it's 2 signatures going into 1 hole. I don't know what you call it, but see, it's gonna go. The next one's gonna go right next to it. Very, very easy to do. Hooray! The journal is done! Yes! This ended up being harder than it was supposed to be. But it's super cute. I love it. I thought I wanted a really, I don't know, decorative button. Like with like the rose one, or, you know, some had cool designs, but really I just like how simple it is. I guess because the background, or the the journal is so so busy looking, so it just needed something really simple. And then this ponytail goes on the button like that, but of course it's not going to close right now because I haven't done anything in the journal yet, but when I do, it's going to alligator. It's going to, like, the pages are going to get thicker and it's going to expand or whatever, and it's going to be harder to close, and then this will really hold it. It was so nice to not have to worry about decorating a cover. It was really, really nice. I love how it looks. It's super cute. and this is actually like not what I expected to pick for the material. I had material that I had in my hand that I was about to go get cut, and then I just was like, I don't know, and I just grabbed, because I was indecisive, and then I just grabbed a super random one, and then I was like, oh, why did I pick that? Because I got it cut and I paid, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to commit to it. I'm just going to go with it and just love it, and I actually really do. And I love the canvas on the inside. And I have my pages. I have my little flaps. Donna Downey calls them inclusions. Yeah. So that might just be what I call them too. Inclusions. Oh, and see how this one's a little crooked? Can fix that by finding the other half of it. And just straighten it. Excuse me, I have a cough. So I have my 2 signatures. But really it's funny, now that I'm done with it, I think I might have like way too much space here. So I actually might be able to fit one, well, maybe not. I might be able to fit another signature in there. Maybe. Or, I mean, it'll thicken enough. Like the pages will get full enough, or it'll alligator enough that it'll close. It'll be fine. But I was like, wow, I have a lot of space. But it's good. The binding is like the simplest form of binding, the way that I bound this book. I just made it a lot harder than it needed to be. I shouldn't have tried, or trying to do it with ribbon made it difficult, and because I did it and then I had to take it out, but I really like how this, oh, I wish it would focus, how this string here looks. I mean, ribbon would have looked really cute, but this is fine. I like it. I cannot wait to start working in this journal. I've wanted a new art journal super bad. So yeah, I have, how many pages are on my phone? Sorry, my phone keeps going off. So there's 6 cardstock pages, and then the little inclusions in the middle of each page, and then I have 2 signatures. So I have quite a bit of paper in here. We'll see how long this lasts, because I feel like I could do like a couple pages right now, even though I won't, but I just want to go gracing this journal. So Donna Downey was my inspiration for this journal, because she has her inspiration journal, which is a lot like this. And so I'm going to leave a link to her channel below. And if you're interested in art journaling at all, I really suggest looking at her art journal videos. They are super cool. She does crazy stuff in her journal and uses new products, or just different products that I wouldn't have even thought of using in an art journal. And I'm actually like, oh, I have to go buy that. And I actually bought some stuff today that I'm going to use in my journal that was inspired by her YouTube videos. And when I first started watching her videos, I felt almost like, I don't know, frustrated, or not frustrated, but like, that's crazy what she's doing. Like, it's too much. I don't know. And then like the idea of putting art in a book and it looking so cool, but then like closing it in a book kind of baffled me. But then I just realized that, you know, if you made a cool work of art, if every cool work of art that you made was on a canvas, you would end up with a ton, or at least I would end up with a ton of canvases of art that I made. And it's just, it's cool to have it in a book. Sorry, my phone. And I was looking at one of my art journals recently, and I was just looking at it, and I was remembering, you know, how I felt at that time, and I loved looking through the pages. It was so cool, because I hadn't looked at it in a long time, and that was my first art journal that I made. So a while back, I started to watch her videos again, and I just felt like I respected her a ton more because I understood her, because I had grown some as an art journaler, and I just realized where she was coming from, and I don't know, she's just really cool, really inspiring. And you can actually buy a Donna Downey inspiration journal on her website, and it's exactly like the ones that she uses. She uses cardstock, she uses for her pages, she uses random things for her conclusions, and she has a material cover, a button, and an elastic band. But if you wanted to not make it and just buy one for yourself, you could do that. But I think that's about it. I know what you guys are all probably saying. Jade, you liar! You said this was going to be an easy journal to make, and it totally was not. Well, it was my own fault. It should have been really easy. If I had just cut the material the right size, I wouldn't have had to keep sewing. And if I had put this thing in before I sewed here, I wouldn't have had to take it apart and sew it again. I don't know if I videoed that, but I had to do that. If I hadn't have used ribbon, or if I had bigger holes here, that would have been, you know, a ton easier. But I love it, love it, love it. It's so cool. And I am probably going to do a page today, and you guys will probably, I think I will video the pages that I do. I think that's it. I really hope I'm not forgetting anything. So if you like this video, which I really hope you did, I hope you guys maybe learned something from my video, then give it a thumbs up and comment down below. Nice comments, questions and stuff. So that's it. I love my cute little journal. So I'm going to stop the video and edit it and put it on YouTube now. So, goodbye you guys. Hope you liked the video. See y'all later.